One thing I've been talking about a lot is how they manipulate memories. You know, because when they make me experience these pedophilia things, which is nasty, they they use my libido in these disgusting ways, and then they try to make you feel like you felt like this before toward children, but implanting that in your memories, making you experience false memories. I've talked about it many times, many times. For me, because what they usually say is when you're a kid, like early teen, preteen years, which makes no sense. So now they're like, no, you felt like that when you're in high school. Now, in high school, something actually happened that is the opposite of what they try to implant. Very much the opposite. Matter of fact, if you're anything but it doesn't even take the smartest analyst to see the obviousness there. But they try to change it into something else. And they've been trying to manipulate this into something different. They're nasty. And they live off a falsified reality. That's their job. And I'm experiencing me now in high school with this sensation they make me have today. They've been rewiring these pedophilia ways. Because in high school, you obviously have stimulations, but they're trying to turn that into these pedophilia things they make me experience today. And it's nasty. And I said, no, we match it to that. We match it to this when you're like older teen, like 17, 18 years old. When in reality, when you're 17, 18 years old, what you're thinking about is about this older woman that you were with. And they try to rewire this. And because there was a time period when I was living alone, and I used to live in a basement for like a year or so. They try to say like, remember when you're in bed, you felt like this? And giving me these stimulations that are very like the sexual stimulation, but now rewired to be pedophilia centric. I said, no, you felt like that. And they went to the point to also they even went to that point where if there was a child there, what would happen to you and that child? And make me imagine what these pedophilia things they can make me imagine. They're nasty. It's like, no, he's going to see that. I see you in the high school imagine. No. I made a video about this person called Ari. Ari was 10 years older than me. It's somebody that that Ari is not her real name. It was somebody that something happened. She was a little bit older than me. Actually, 10 years older than me. And when I was a teenager, I had something with her. All I was thinking about was her. And people I went to school with. The way they have manipulated these memories. And they get even to the point where they're like, how are we able to manipulate the memory into that time period, but not because I was alone, living in that basement. And so being by myself, it's just like me and myself. I don't have no like sense of reference. And they're implanting these ways of feeling things into those memories when I'm an older teenager, when I'm like just turned 18 or something like that, to try to make me accept to these things. And to the point where like, oh, but if there was a child, how would you react? What? And they try to make me imagine having like a little toddler around when you are there in the basement. They're nasty. They come up with their own fantasy of reality. And it's funny, I know everybody around me is going to be perping. They're going to say whatever. They're all high school. They always try to imagine a fantasy of theirs. Right? Because they want to talk about what I did as a child. What I did as a child, I was just turning 14 years old. 8th grader. Just turned 14 years old. And so, and it was something that happened once, and that was it. And so what they try to do now is they give me these weird sensation stimulations, and then put these weird sexual stimulations that they've been saying that I've experienced that when I was a young kid, to now put it when I'm like an older kid or like a young adult, when I'm just turning 18, and so that's you. No, that's the way you falsify memory. No, I didn't feel like this. I know what you're trying to say, because obviously what they try to do is, as a late teen, you have like your libido is pretty high. They give you the sex stimulation that you're experiencing today that have been rewiring these pedophilia ways. And these nasty ways of feeling now is just have been rewired so nastily to think about kids in these ways. They've been rewiring your libido in this fashion. And now they give you this version of stimulations into your child, into like your very young adulthood, 17, 18 years old, to try to make you accept these things. It's so nasty. And they try to make me imagine my memories of me at 18 or 17. But they're implanting these memories. It's falsified. To the point where I'm like, you think I was watching kids? Oh, stimulations. Oh, there's a... So I wasn't watching TV. I was watching... These people are delusional. These people are trash. Because they created this false memory with this rewired stimulation that I'm having now. And now rewiring and putting my memories of me as a late teen, young adults, and rewired this stimulation I used to have when I was a kid, a late teen. To rewind that, to make me experience what I'm experiencing today. I said, we matched it. No, you just manipulate it. They manipulate memories and try to live off fantasies. Because these people are obviously the pedos. But it's frustrating because I'm getting the stimulation. Then like, oh, remember that you felt stimulation? Yes, I felt stimulations. I was an 18-year-old. But now, those stimulations you make me have are those pedophilia stimulation that you make me have today. That's not we matched it. They are matching with you having stimulations when you're watching something with a woman there. You see, that's proof. No. These pedophiles are low lives. Do not subscribe to this false memory. Do not subscribe to people. I was talking to somebody who was a perp yesterday. It's typical. Every time I talk to somebody, they're going to be like, it's over here, no, it's high school. When I was thinking about Ari, and they were trying to even change something where they made me think of like another memory, and instead of me when I was 14, they put it when I was old. When I was thinking about Nasli, when I was thinking about like, and they try to be like, no, but you know, if you felt like that, and they try to like rewire memories, falsify it. But it's what they do, and they're like, oh, he knows he's gonna rape you. It's like, I'd rather get raped. And they're like, we must abuse it. I'd rather get abused and tortured like these kids. They're having to rewire people's memories too, to falsify a reality. And they're like, you're gonna fight. I'd rather fight. What kind of human low-life bottom feeder working for pedophiles is out here trying to change memories and change reality? And now and be like, we were a winner because we're gonna make you think in this retarded way. It's one thing to try to make me think this when I'm like a preteen, early, like, it's like, okay. Now, with the proof, I know it's falsified. I know what you just did. I can explain it to you. Because I'm alone. I'm 18 years old, 17 years old, in the basement. What do you think that very libido is really high at that age? What they try to do is change this libido I had at the time and make me experience this libido I have today. Because it's still libido, but the libido I have today, it has been rewired in these pedophilia ways. So when I will watch like Howard Stern, right, and it will be like women and whatever, or you know, like I don't know if you were born in those days. Remember when there was like those like zigzag thing, or if you know BET uncut or things like that. They try not to play these pedophilia things. They are low life bottom feeders that live off of nastiness and falsification of reality. Trash. Tell my target individuals stay strong. These pedos are low lives. They are the pedos, and they want you to be a pedo. They have rewired my memories in these fashions. I'd rather get abused and tortured every day of my life than having to live these fantasies of they're nasty pedophiles, cowards.